everybody, and welcome to Game Nation E3 Special Day 1.
Day 1?
Day 1.
You mean we got to split up between 2 days?
Yes, we do.
What the heck?
Well, there is a lot to cover when it comes to E3, Brian.
Yep.
Sorry for the delay, everybody. We had a little bit of a technical issue, but we're here with you for the duration of the 2 hours. And with us today is everyone might know him as our only call-in guest. Actually, it is. Why don't you introduce yourself, Dave?
I'm special guest Dave.
Special guest Dave D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. He's been a friend of ours for a while. We can finally stop pretending like we don't know who he is when he calls in. But definitely, we're glad to have you here. Dave actually is, he's quite up on his esports, so
esports.
Hopefully the esports will be his esports knowledge will be useful to us today. Well, we have a lot to cover.
There is one thing that was shown at E3, which Dave actually got a chance to watch.
What was that?
Infinity Crisis.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That DC game.
I was not impressed by
Infinite Crisis.
I was not impressed by Infinite Crisis.
We will get to that. So today we got plenty of stuff to do, but let's take a minute here. First of all, it's been a hell of a day for me. 2 jobs, 2 barbecues. I had to pick up my copy of Last of Us. Technical difficulties. Planning over the phone. I don't even know where the hell I am right now. I haven't eaten all day.
I ate.
Of course you ate.
That's the advantage
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Brian.
I didn't have as rough of a day as you did. All I had was one job.
Yeah.
One job.
Yeah, fuck you.
And then this.
Don't worry, everyone. Brian's doing okay.
Yeah, Brian's fine.
Brian is all right.
But yeah, so where to start? I don't even know where to start. Where are we? What day is it?
Saturday.
It's Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It's a okay.
E3's over.
E3's been over for a couple days now.
Oh, okay, yeah, E3. I forgot about that. Okay. So why don't we just get right into the E3 news?
Yeah, let's just dive head first. Where do you want to start?
Well, I think we should all start with the Xbox One, the Microsoft conference. I think that's a very, very good starting point.
Don't worry, guys. We'll show you the video games at the conference.
Yes.
Oh, wait. I have to give Microsoft their applause.
Should I put on my headphones?
Is this canned applause?
It's very slow applause.
It's a very slow clap.
Okay. Because that makes sense because canned pre-recorded applause is the only applause that Microsoft was getting.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, definitely this particular.
It's better than the Microsoft employees in the back during their Xbox reveal cheering on the system.
Well, I mean, you can't blame them for that.
I mean, yeah, no, you cheer on your.
Somebody had to cheer.
Yeah.
Nobody else was cheering.
But let's start off with, you know what was one thing about the Xbox conference that the way it started off was just, let's start with the Xbox 360 stuff. Let's start with that, okay? Okay, first of all... that's kind
of tradition, though, with most of these conferences when they're about to segue into a new generation. Like, oh, wait, while we are going into a new generation, we're not going to forget the old generation. We still have stuff for that.
Yeah, but it seemed like they were really just trying to use it as a way to be like, well...
Here's the thing, right? I mean, they did the 360 reveal, and everyone was so disappointed that...
You mean the Xbox One reveal, you mean?
Oh, yeah, sorry. They did the Xbox One reveal, and everyone was like, where are the video games? Where there are no games. This is all TV and football and Netflix and stuff that I don't care about, or that my computer does anyway. And they were like, oh, we'll show you the games at E3. And then E3 comes, and everyone is waiting with bated breath to see the amazing games on the Xbox One, and Microsoft comes out, and they go, hey, guys... Here's a bunch of games for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, that was.
And also, for those of you who won't get an Xbox One or don't plan to, guess what we have? We have a redesigned Xbox 360 to look like the Xbox One.
You know, to trick people with very poor eyesight into thinking you own an Xbox One.
I actually read an article on that. There was someone did like a breakdown of the new Xbox 360.
Yeah. And
it's exactly the same as the old Xbox 360. Like mechanically speaking, they changed nothing.
I could have told you that.
Since the last one.
So they just gave it a plastic surgery.
So the purpose
they gave it plastic, not even surgery. They just put plastic over it.
Slightly different plastic on top of it.
Yes, it was just plastic.
So I'm sure everyone will be rushing out to buy one of those.
Oh yes. They will be.
Why? I have one upstairs already.
I traded mine in.
Yeah, but you got the better system.
I got the 3DS, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the Xbox, the Seki's Box One.
Xbox One.
No, Seki's Box. Seki's.
Seki's.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. I don't get it.
I'm sorry.
Zeki's. Forget it.
I don't speak
It's
Spanish.
X in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
I don't speak
Juan,
Spanish.
you know.
Okay.
It's a corny joke. I want to do one a week now.
Okay.
You're only allowed one.
I'm only allowed one.
Exactly one.
Exactly one.
One.
Okay, but yeah, so they.
I'm sorry, I had to.
So they started
It was
out with
right
the
there.
Xbox.
I had to.
Shut the hell up. They started out with the Xbox 360 reveal, and no one seemed remotely interested in that whatsoever, everyone being at the conference for the Xbox One. And the first game, actually, that they revealed was, ironically enough, not an exclusive.
No, it's not.
No, it was Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, which, I must admit, looks pretty awesome.
I remember watching the conference. You mentioned something to me.
Oh, yeah. Metal Gear Solid is like an ex-girlfriend who wronged me, but if she was to call me this weekend, who knows? That's what Metal Gear Solid becomes.
You go crawling back?
I don't know if I go crawling back, but I at least have to listen to the argument. And Metal Gear Solid is one of those things where it seems like every other game is really good. So they're on for the upslope at least.
Did you guys see that like Snake in the Hospital trailer for the Phantom Pain that came out a couple months ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like really surprised by how different the Phantom Pain seems from that.
Yeah.
Like now it's like this like big open world thing.
Well,
a lot of people
the way Kojima explained it, I remember reading
in very broken English.
Yeah. Was Phantom Pain is kind of in like two formats. Like the very beginning of the game is kind of very linear path to I'm trying to move up because I'm like 5 feet away from the mic.
Yeah, go on.
Phantom Pain pretty much is like two setup. Like the first couple hours of the game or something, like the first maybe mission or so, is going to be very linear, and then after that it's going to open up. So it's pretty much going to do the exact same thing like Final Fantasy 13 did, except not take 20 hours to get there.
Well, a lot of people have codenamed this Metal Gear Redemption because it looks a lot like Red Dead Redemption. So,
it does. I've been seeing that as well.
What with the horse riding, which that was impressive how he was able to in the trailer completely evade the vision of the enemy sentries by sliding to the side of the horse, because that wouldn't look suspicious in the slightest.
Revolutionary horse stealth.
Revolutionary horse
stealth.
Horse stealth.
You might as well just like if the guards look over, like, oh hey, there's a foot on that horse.
This is a character who's been making a living sneaking by people in cardboard boxes for how many years, and you're complaining about horse stealth?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. What was after that? What was after Phantom Pain?
I think after that
I actually had notes, but my laptop decided it did not want to let me keep those notes.
I have the notes. I have the notes somewhere. Oh, here they are.
Yeah, my notes ended up it restarted and they said
was it
no,
Forza or was that later?
No, Forza was definitely later.
Forza was a little bit later.
Oh, here we go.
Hang on, let me go into my Xbox conference. Opens up with a trailer for MGS5. Then they went into like the 360.
Oh yeah. So we had a little bit.
The new Xbox Live Gold memberships.
Yeah. Which is the same as the last Gold membership.
Oh, and then
No. They're giving you free video games now.
Oh, they're doing the exact same thing Sony's doing?
No, well, it's not as many free video games. Like, how many does PlayStation Plus give you? Like,
two free games a month.
No, that's the Xbox One.
Yeah, I think.
No,
PS Plus gives you an instant 8. It's like 8 to 10 games immediately. And then they cycle out the games every month.
Well, I know that the new Xbox Live is going to be giving like 2 free games a month or something like that now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought.
But the way that the PlayStation Plus has been doing it all this time is when I first subscribed to PlayStation Plus, I got like a choice of 10 games, and then I was able to after a while, after like a week or so, they cycle out what the last one is, and then they cycle in the new one. So and it always changes. Like that's how I got the I got Mega Man 9 and 10 that way. What are you doing, Brian?
I'm just tweaking the gain on the microphone.
So I just sounded louder as that went along and just...
Probably.
Okay, so I was... Do you think they can't hear us? Is that what
No. I'm just making sure it's picking all three of us up evenly.
It won't. That would tweaking the gain wouldn't have done that. I'm still closer to the mic than everybody else. It just means that I sound like I'm yelling at people now.
Whatever.
Okay, fine. But anyway, so then what was after that, Brian? After the Xbox 360?
They went into some of the 360 titles.
Just name them off for me.
World of Tanks.
Oh yeah, World of Tanks.
World of Tanks, the free-to-play game that you need an Xbox Live membership to play.
World of Tanks. How long has that been out? 2 years? Like a year and a half?
Who
cares? I don't play it.
Here's the point. Who would pay Xbox Live to play World of Tanks when they could just play it on their computer?
Answer that question if you want to call in at 347-327-9451. Sorry, I had to do that.
Yes, if you would actually like to pay for Xbox Live to play World of Tanks, I need to hear your justification.
Yes,
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so since we've sufficiently ripped World of Tanks apart,
next
which is really hard to do too. I don't know if you've ever ripped apart an MMO.
There was a lot of free-to-play stuff that was being showcased. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but there was a lot of free-to-play stuff.
Oh yeah.
It seems like both Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network are going to have like a big focus on that. I guess, especially with like League of Legends being gigantic.
Oh yeah.
The most popular.
I just got into it, and
the most popular game on the face of the planet. These console manufacturers are realizing exactly how big that pie is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The free-to-play model is one of the most amazing marketing models out there right now for MMOs.
I hope it's cherry. The pie.
No, it's money pie.
Money pie.
Cherry pie is much better.
Well, what if the money was made out of cherries?
What?
That'd be really lousy money.
Oh, okay.
Money is.
And then right after that, they went into Max: The Curse of the Brotherhood.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Here's an indie title that nobody cares about.
Yeah, I was on
Minecraft.
Yes.
Well, the Max was the indie title no one cares about.
Oh yes,
and then they were like, just to show you that we care about indie developers and we brought more than one indie game to this conference. Here's this completely undiscovered gem called Minecraft.
Yes. Nobody knows what Minecraft is.
My apologies to Total Biscuit.
But he made a great point.
Yeah.
And then right after that, they announced that Dark Souls 2 would be coming to the Xbox 360.
Yes.
We know your brother Timmy loves Dark Souls 1, so he's obviously excited for Dark Souls 2.
Has he started wearing pants yet?
Occasionally.
Occasionally pants. Okay, that's better than no pants at all.
No pants.
Okay.
And then right after that, they go into the Xbox One titles. The first one being Rise, Son of Rome.
Okay, so let's pump the brakes a little bit. We're going a little fast here. So now that we've hit the Xbox One,
now
I think
we have the actual Xbox One titles. We can start.
Yeah. Now, when I first saw Rise, I was impressed. I was like, this looks good. Until the gameplay footage started, and I realized that it was basically a slightly interactive cutscene. It was just a lot of quick time events, and I hate when a game is all quick time events.
I don't always hate when a game is all quick time events. Like Heavy Rain was all quick time events, but it was fine because you didn't really care about any of the combat.
No, because you were playing it for the story.
Yeah. But Rise seems like a brawler. Like God of War?
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be a God of War clone.
So how weird is it to do a God of War clone where you kill all of your enemies in interactive cutscenes?
It's. I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to negatively affect the sales of that once. Like the initial sales will be good of Rise just because it looks awesome.
And well, that's if they decide. Well, here's the big question: do you think it'll be a launch title, or do you think it'll get pushed to 14?
No, obviously it's a launch title.
It's almost definitely a launch title.
They're basically the way I'm seeing it is God of War's popular. God of War is about Greco-Roman legend. So why not have our own Greco-Roman legend and basically make that a launch title?
Yeah, I mean it's like brand new IP that no one knew about, and it was front and center at the conference. So
isn't Crytek the ones that making it?
I have no idea.
I believe so.
I have to look that up.
I'm fairly certain it's Crytek. But yeah, it was kind of disappointing as the trailer. Like that was, I could honestly feel as it was going along, like my liking for this trailer just going away. Like I seriously felt
my interest is slowly fading away.
I was like, get to the next freaking thing already. Like seriously.
There was another game they announced. I forgot about before Rise. They announced Kinect Sports Rivals, and my only reaction to that was I actually wrote it in my notes. Oh, great! Another game that requires the Kinect. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, that's comedy gold right there, Brian.
You don't have to worry about buying the Kinect because you get one.
Yeah, I get one with the Xbox One anyway.
Everybody gets a Kinect.
You get a Kinect. You get a Kinect. Everybody gets a Connect. Sorry. My Oprah moment.
It was right there.
Okay.
Too easy.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Then, this is in no particular order. This is what I pretty much saw. In terms of what I saw, next they finally announced Killer Instinct.
Oh, okay, Dave, you got to go on this one. I liked what you had to say about Killer Instinct.
Okay, well, I mean, here's the thing about Killer Instinct. Everyone's like, oh, Killer Instinct, I love that series. I love Rare. I'm so happy to see that Rare is back on a game. You know who else is on this game? Deep Silver Entertainment.
Wait. I know the studio.
No, you don't. You know the studio because I told you about
No, I know the studio because they made great gems like G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra, Battleship, and...
Battleship, the movie, the game.
Brian's trying to steal Dave's thunder. Dave was actually the one who pointed this stuff
Green
out.
Lantern, Rise of the Manhunters. Basically, the studio has put out nothing but, complete crap.
Well, if you haven't noticed, none of those those were all movie games.
But did you hear how they're going to run the model for Killer Instinct?
Yeah, it's going to be free to play. And you get one character for free.
Okay, time. Pump the brakes. You guys are not having we're recording a podcast here. You can't cut each other off so much.
He's cutting me off.
Stop. Why do you think I'm looking at him? Stop cutting off our guests.
It's free to play. I'm doing you can't see my scare quotes, but I'm doing them right now. So it's free to play, scare quotes. You get one character for free. Those used to be known as demos in the fighting game community.
Yes.
And you have to buy every character separately after that.
So this game is nothing but microtransactions.
It's like if you only got one hero for free every week in League of Legends, and you had to buy the rest of them, but you could only buy them with real money.
In all honesty, I really don't think anybody's gonna waste their time with Killer Instinct. I really don't. And unless you're the visuals looked good. Might I add, they had quite possibly the worst reveal for a fighting game I've ever seen. They put up a girl who had no idea what she was doing in the game against the developer.
Yeah, and then the developer
they beat the crap out of her.
The developer says, what was it?
Just sit back, it'll all be over.
It was the rapiest comment I've ever heard at a press conference.
He was like, it was relax, it'll all be over
soon. Don't fight it, it'll be over soon.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Very, very
What
rapey.
is wrong with you?
Yeah. But yeah, I really don't think anybody's going to bother with Killer Instinct at all. It just seems like, I realize to the audience that it does seem like we are moving very fast. It's only because there's just so much to cover.
There's so much to cover.
At any point, if you do call us, once again, the number is 347-327-9451.
It's a toll-free number, so you don't have to pay squat.
You can pay us, though. But anyway, if you do call in, you can bring up any comment about any of the stories we already talked about. We don't care if you call in and bring it's not going to anger us. Well, maybe Dave. He's got a short temper. But but me and Brian will not be upset if you bring up a topic we've already skimmed through. But we really need to get to all of these.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
What was the next one? I believe it was that really colorful game.
Yeah, it was Sunset Overdrive, which threw me off. Because it's Naughty Dog that's developing it, and throughout most of their career, to my knowledge at least, Naughty Dog has been exclusive to Sony.
Yeah, I thought they were owned by Sony.
I thought that too, but apparently not. Ted Price came on stage and said, "Yeah, this is an Xbox 360 exclusive. It's made solely for the Xbox One." Shush. Okay. And I was taken aback by that. And then I watched the trailer, and I'm like, oh, this is a pretty colorful trailer. They're fighting zombies?
Yeah, it was very colorful for a zombie game. It was, you know what?
Nice change.
You know what? It reminded me of old school Dead Rising with its campiness.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That's ironic.
Ironic.
That is ironic.
Now, let's skip straight to it.
That is ironic because Dead Rising 3 was announced.
Yeah.
And it's brown. It's extremely brown.
Why not be brown?
And right now they pretty much said that it's going to be available this holiday, whether it's a launch title or not. I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be a launch title. But
is it Dead Rising 3?
Dead Rising 3. Yeah.
Why is it so brown and gritty and realistic?
Because Dave, Walking Dead.
I was going to say the same thing.
Walking Dead is the exact reason. I can give you that.
I would not be shocked if that was the actual.
I want to argue with you, but you're probably right.
Dave. When am I not right?
A couple times.
Yeah, you're not right pretty often, but this time I think you're right.
Okay. Okay, so that
But one of the things that they showed off in this is the smart glass support, which they pimped out this conference hard.
The what?
The smart glass, the Windows smart glass support.
Yes, buy a tablet with your system. Why not?
Yeah. So like with your tablet or your smartphone or whatever the hell you have that's connected to the smart glass.
Was the smart glass a specific tablet?
I think smart glass is an app.
Okay.
Smart glass refers to like connectivity with mobile devices.
Okay, yeah, I'm
It's
not
sort of a catch-all term.
I'm not gonna use a tablet as a controller.
So you're not gonna call artillery strikes in Dead Rising 3 with your phone, Russ?
Like, I mean,
for those with 3 hands.
I think it's like kind of a dumb gimmick. But if I could like just use my if I don't have to buy another phone and I can just use it with my Android phone or whatever, I might try some of that stuff. I mean,
just to give it a taste.
Well, the irony,
it might not be completely terrible.
The irony of if Microsoft made you use an iPhone.
Well, yeah, if you had like if you had to go buy a Windows phone or something like that, or like a Surface or whatever their tablet's called,
then you're not going to bother.
That would be terrible. Like, there's no way I'm going to spend another $300 on a phone or a tablet to use smart glass gimmicks.
Yeah.
But if I could use it on my phone that I already have,
go ahead.
Maybe it adds something to the game. Who knows?
Pretty much the next game we're cycling through these quick.
Well, don't worry. When we get to the end, we're gonna do a whole thing on that actual conference.
Yeah, and then they went into Forza Motorsport 5.
Yes, I'm getting sick of it.
And you know what? They lifted the car onto the stage.
It was a really nice car too.
I think it was a McLaren.
It was a McLaren.
It was a sick car.
It was a McLaren.
And then my comment when they announced Motorsport 5, I was like, not surprised.
I never liked Forza.
I'm not a racing game guy. Many of my friends are racing fans, and like I want.
But this has the most realistic racing.
That's the thing, though. I like some racing games. Like I've been playing Grid 2, and it's great.
Grid 2 is really fun.
I love Grid 2. I loved Grid 1. I like Burnout, but I don't like those like super hyper realistic driving simulators.
Like Forza, Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
What's another one?
I mean, Forza specifically has always been.
Enthusia was another one, but that one kind of fizzled out.
Oh, okay.
But they're just really slow and terrible.
Forza, though, I found it kind of funny with this conference that they were like, using the Kinect and its eye that watches you like Hal all the time. We will learn how to drive like you. It will drive. Your mannerisms will become part of it. And I was like, that's kind of creepy.
That's actually not new technology. They've had games have had adaptive AI, like especially sports games.
Yeah. Have
had adaptive AI where the computer will like change its playing style somewhat to like suit you for like years, for a long time.
Yeah, but this is just I guess taking it to the next level.
I was just referring to how it was creepy the way they had revealed it. We're gonna watch you and see exactly how you drive through your controller.
Oh, and then they called it the Drivatar. And when I heard that term, I let out a really loud groan. It was one of the lamest names.
It's a pretty terrible pun.
It's a very bad pun.
Yeah. Okay. After that, there was.
After that, they revealed Minecraft for the Xbox One.
Oh yes.
Completely undiscovered gem.
Yeah, I don't need to talk about Minecraft.
No, everyone's talked about Minecraft.
Quantum Break. 6-year-olds have been playing on their mommy's netbook for the past 3 years.
or on your Xbox 360 for $20.
Yeah. Or But anyway, look.
And then they went into Quantum Break.
Goose-Fraba.
Goose-Fraba.
Okay, go on.
So, what is Quantum Break?
Quantum Break.
What kind of game is Quantum Break?
I don't know.
From what I'm gathering in my research into Quantum Break,
all I've seen are extremely confusing screenshots.
It seems like it's some sort of third-person shooter that utilizes time stop technology, similar to like Time Splitters.
Okay.
So I think it's trying to piggyback off of the popularity of a movie that maybe nobody's ever heard of called The Matrix, but I don't really know.
No, I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah.
What kind of movie is it?
Completely undiscovered gem called The Matrix.
But basically, from what it was just a teaser trailer, so I mean there wasn't much to say. Am I interested? Yeah, but
well, they gave us a teaser trailer during the conference, but after the conference, which they kind of started showing like. Well, actually, no. It was just the teaser trailer.
Yeah, they just showed the teaser trailer.
The teaser trailer at the reveal at E3, they showed a little bit of gameplay, and I'm still utterly confused.
It does seem like it's just going to be a third-person generic shooter.
Honestly, I really don't care about that game at all. I know there's some hype behind it, but it's like...
What?
Another one they announced was D4, but they didn't show anything of that.
Which one was that?
Exactly.
I think that might have been the one. There was one. Was that the? No, was it D4 or was that the company that made the game?
I think it was the company that made the game.
I think that might have been that title below. I think that was what it was like. It was like it looked like almost like a dungeon crawler, but like you were only like it was like walking through the darkness and stuff.
Maybe, I'm not certain.
Because if I recall in my notes, one of my favorite notes that I took was below ? Because I had no idea what the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
There was another. I think there was another like one of those like indie-esque games.
And then they showed Project Spark.
Yeah.
I think, or they mentioned Project
Move
Spark.
on. Now this is where we get to the
This
good
is
stuff,
the fun
ladies and
part.
gentlemen.
Crimson Dragon.
Now this is right about where you realize that this conference and gaming journalism in general is a joke. Because there was a technical difficulty.
The sound went out. There was no sound. It happens.
It happens.
At live events.
It happens.
If you've ever been around a live event, or if you've ever even watched other E3s, they have technical difficulties.
There were two at this conference.
We had technical difficulties before this show.
Yeah, it happened.
And
it's a fact of life.
Yeah, we aren't spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on this super elaborate.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what their backstage looked up? I'm sure it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so basically the sound doesn't go on, and we just see
the video.
We just see a video, and it's very. Well, the developer.
It looked like a modern Panzer Dragoon.
Yeah,
well,
I think it was a spiritual successor.
Yeah, I mean, but it looked exactly like on rails, flying around on a dragon, shooting things with a cursor.
It was very Panzer Dragoon-esque.
Yeah,
fun games.
But now the sound doesn't go on, and these industry professionals.
Remember, E3 is gaming industry only, so everyone in that press conference crowd was a scare quotes industry professional.
Yes, industry professional.
Gaming journalists.
So as they're going there, they begin to heckle the poor gentleman in front of the room who has no control over the sound.
No, that wasn't during the Panzer. It
there
wasn't
was
during
that douchebag in the crowd going pew 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 pew. Remember?
Oh yeah. No, I thought that was for the Battlefield 4.
No, that was during Crimson Dragon.
Look, I did my research here, Brian. As you can see, I have all this in front of me. Now, would you stop cutting me off here?
Yes.
Okay. Stop trying to be the star of the show. Anyway, we all know who that is. But anyway, so we have the computer is the star of the show. But anyway, so basically, as this is going on, the whole time I'm just thinking to myself, it was kind of funny at first. It was a little funny at first. But then I'm like thinking to myself, like these are supposed to be people who are supposed to maintain professionalism, and one small tech mess up turns them into drunken frat boys. Or girls. Drunken frat boys.
I think that's too kind. I would call them like jeering middle schoolers.
Okay, well that works too. And it became basically like to the point where I felt like really bad for the guy in the front, and I was like, he didn't do anything, to do this. Stop like heckling him. And then, of course, this happened again when the Battlefield 4 reveal happened.
But they fixed it.
They fixed that. However, I think like before they were able to fix it, I think the EA representative was about to just walk off stage. You're like, you know what? Come to our booth and check it out. We'll have it working there. No,
he actually was. He held his composure a little bit better because he kind of heckled the crowd right back. I kind of like that.
I missed that.
He actually They were like, I heard somebody in the crowd yell something along the lines of like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And he was like, "Don't worry, we'll fix it." And like then they were like, "Oh yeah," he was like, "Yeah, we will." Unfortunately, it was the same dude. I believe it was the same guy who was the poster child for the sports.
No, that's a different guy.
That was a different guy.
That's a different guy. He came on. He was seen again during the EA conference.
Yeah.
He was seen during the EA conference when they were...
Sports.
Exhibit wrapping. Remember that?
Yeah.
Before the NBA Live? I'm getting off topic, but that was really weird.
That was...
Okay, so let's
okay, the next thing they showed was Dead Rising 3, but we already covered Dead Rising 3. Next was the trailer for Witcher 3. Now, I'm very excited for this game.
Which is available on your PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting it on. I'm getting it on PC. Because it's a PC game. It was originally on PC. Witcher 1, Witcher 2, original PC games. Witcher 3, I'm getting it on the PC. Although it is funny to see the executive producer of CD Projekt Red go onto the Xbox 360 Xbox stage.
Yeah.
Because CD Projekt Red has been very vocal in regards to anti-DRM.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's not even go into that.
We're gonna have to.
Not right now, please.
Not right now, though.
I'm trying to hold off the
Like,
DRM.
this is one of my most anticipated games this year. Like, we have a top 5 for today. Our top 5 today is going to be the top 5 games we liked during this E3.
Those are top 5 reveals.
Top 5 reveals, or games we saw at E3. And then after Witcher 3, they showed the Battlefield 4 trailer again. A little bit more gameplay of Battlefield 4.
Now complete with more explosions
and
lights.
Lots of lights.
And then, what lies below? I don't even remember that.
What lies below? Like the teaser for Halo 5, or I'm sorry, Halo.
Yeah.
Not even Halo 5.
That teaser
Halo.
confused the hell out of me.
Master Chief in a poncho.
Yeah.
Because when you're in incredibly advanced power armor, you have to protect yourself from sand.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like a personal force field or something like that? Like,
yes, he does.
Why did he need I mean, I know obviously the reason he was wearing the poncho was so that no one knew it was Master Chief until the last minute, but it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
And he looked really stupid in the poncho too. Like he took his hood down, you see his friggin' like power armor helmet, but he still has like the rest of the poncho on. Master Chief, what are you doing in a poncho?
Trailer. Trailer poncho.
It's Mastero Chifo from Space Mexico. That's what he is. He's Mastero Chifo.
Mastero Chifo.
That was yeah. But after that, now this is where we're gonna really. This is where we're pulling back now, because this is the end of the conference. But what they basically capped it off with was a very anticipated game in Titanfall.
Yes.
By Infinity Ward.
No.
It's Respawn Studios.
Respawn Studios. Yes.
But they had two of like the top members, which
I think they were
they were like two of the founders of Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, two of the founders.
They split off from Infinity Ward and formed Respawn, and this is Respawn's first game now.
Irony. That they split off and formed a Respawn.
Yeah, I have a feeling they did that. That's not really irony. Yeah. I think they did that on purpose.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was. Sorry, I was mistaken. It wasn't Infinity Ward. It was. And basically, this game really looks like it could be like The Sheet.
This game looks really cool.
It is. It does.
And like if there is one game that's kind of get people to be interested in the Xbox One, it's probably this one.
Except it's not just on the Xbox One. It's a Microsoft exclusive.
It's a Microsoft exclusive.
Which means it's going to be on Xbox One, 360, and PC.
Yeah, but
so it's not really an Xbox One exclusive.
But if there's anything that's going to get people interested in it, it's going to be that.
You are right. It's going to be.
But here's the thing, though, right? When you have a game that's supposed to be like a system seller, why are you going to put it on a PC? Why are you going to allow it to be put on PC? Because there's a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot of people like me who they have a gaming PC, but maybe they would still buy a console anyway if there was like a good enough game. Like I bought The Last of Us today, and I would have bought it on PC, but it's not on PC, so I had to go out and buy it for PS3.
Yeah.
So if there's a game like that for Xbox One, maybe it makes the PC person buy the console. But since it's on PC, it's like, well, personally, I'm just gonna play.
You're just gonna download through Steam or.
I'm just gonna play it on PC. Like, why would I bother? Why would I get the console version?
Now, this game, it did look awesome though.
It did.
It really did. It's kind of like how to explain this? It's
kind of, I want to say it's MechWarrior-esque mixed with Call of Duty.
It's very Call of Duty, like when you're in your. Okay, so
do you guys remember Brink?
I do remember Brink.
It reminded me a lot of Brink with the free running, because they have like those jetpacks and they can wall run and like jump off of stuff and like you can climb on the giant robots and like shoot their obvious weak points. You know? It's like, so I really like that sort of like really dynamic, fast movement. Yeah. Because especially it's such a cool contrast, because all of the Modern Warfare games, like the Infinity Ward games in the past, have been, kind of slow. You camp a lot. You're sitting around. It's all very, gritty and realistic. And this game doesn't have any AK-47s in it. Doesn't have any M16s in it. You're running around in giant robots. It's like it's like Unreal Tournament, you know?
Yeah,
But
very,
but with
very.
like more even more, you know, crazy movement because you have these like crazy jetpacks you can flip off of stuff with.
Yeah, that definitely did have an Unreal look to it, like Unreal Engine look. And
Actually, it's in the Source engine.
oh, it is.
It's a modified Source engine?
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
which is really weird.
But this game definitely was like.
Oh, Valve's got their money.
Honestly, this was the only saving grace I think that happened in the entire Xbox conference. Like up until that point, it was pretty much an abysmal failure. And
everyone was like, "Oh, this looks kind of cool."
Yeah, and Titanfall kind of redeemed it a little bit.
Just a little.
So before we talk about it a little bit more, I'm going to give my grade as for the Xbox conference was a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. While Xbox did show off a ton of games, they didn't cover anything about what the heck is going on with like the DRM, the used games.
Do you blame them though? Do you blame them?
Not really.
Everyone already hates them for that stuff. Everyone is already completely pissed off. I mean, you have people, you know, making stupid noises and heckling and booing because of sound problems. It's like obviously Microsoft is not in the crowd's good graces.
Yeah.
So you can't really blame them for sort of like glossing over the Kinect, sort of glossing over the whole used game business. If I was a Microsoft executive, I would not want to talk about that stuff at E3.
Speaking of Microsoft executives, what was funny is like when the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer premiered, on Twitter, Larry Herb, a.k.a. on Twitter, Major Nelson, said, "We're about to show off the Metal Gear Solid 5 trailer, exclusive to Xbox One."
Problem being, it's not an exclusive to Xbox One.
He immediately tweeted after that, "Whoops, sorry, mess up, not an exclusive."
Which is really, really bad.
Because he's a Microsoft executive.
Yeah, for the executive to not know what the hell's going on in
the
your
most
company.
famous Microsoft executive outside of Don Matrick.
Well, he's probably going to be more famous now, so...
Yeah.
People are probably going to subscribe to his Twitter all over the place. They're going to follow him.
I think they already
like crazy.
did.
Man, this guy says dumb shit.
Dumb stuff.
It's shit, Brian.
Yeah.
Seriously, this is our PM special. This is PG-13 today.
The internet.
Yeah, it's the internet.
Don't worry. If the FCC drops through the roof, I'll beat them up for you. Okay.
Yes. But anyway, so you give it a 2 out of 5 as well?
I gave it a 2 out of 5.
I actually don't think it was that bad. I would give it a 3, maybe. I don't know, you guys. I know you guys don't like decimals. Maybe like a 3.5.
Yeah, we try to avoid the decimals, but for this particular one,
I mean, they did what they said. They showed a lot of games. You know, the focus was definitely on the games, and like I said, I don't think you can really blame them for sort of glossing over that other stuff. But you know, there were some technical difficulties or whatever. But it was so rough for them because the crowd just hated them so much already.
There was definitely it was almost like it really felt like a battle that could not be won.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you sort of like just looked at it in a vacuum and you kind of forgot the PR nightmares that they've been going through for the past couple of weeks or months or whatever.
So like a month and a half.
Objectively, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Well, it's hard for me to look at it objectively because there were questions I wanted answered, but they were not answered.
And then Microsoft came out and said that the system will be released sometime in November. They gave no exact date. They just said November. So that could be anywhere in November.
Probably closer to the end of the month, though. Around the, Black Friday kind of.
That's what I was just about to say. If I were Microsoft and I wanted to be ballsy and secure, like if Sony doesn't release before them, or if Sony decides to release after them, the ballsiest move for Microsoft to make would be to release the system on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's pretty ballsy.
That would be the ballsiest move. And it kind of would work because the system's going to be selling for $499.
Yeah, that was one of the major announcements we forgot to highlight. It will be going for $500.
Yeah, the system will be going
goes against what we had read that prediction that it was going to be $499, $399.
Yeah.
So,
but then again,
I was actually predicting it at $600 though.
Yeah.
Oh, so we took the low end, you took the high end.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have any basis for that. That was just sort of my, kind of knowing what's like involved in the system plus the Kinect in every box.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I think like if you were to take the system on its own merits without the Kinect in there, it would probably go for the ballpark of like around $450.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're adding the Kinect in there, it ups the value of
Especially since this is the
production value.
This is the Kinect 2. This is the Kinect that works.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
It's not the same Kinect. Well, I mean, that's what they're saying.
I'm still skeptical.
It's not the same Kinect as the old Kinect.
I'll remain skeptical until I get my Xbox One, if and when that happens, and play with the Kinect.
I mean, ostensibly they've changed the technology, and maybe it's more expensive for them to produce a Kinect now than it was for the original.
They came up with a couple other features that, and they announced that the Xbox One is going to have capabilities through Twitch TV for streaming of, say, Let's Plays. Like using Skype, of course, because
that's funny. Skype integration. Microsoft is pushing Skype so hard lately. I have no idea why. They're just pushing the ever-loving hell out of Skype.
Did they just buy
who
Skype?
the hell uses Skype?
They just want everyone to use Skype.
We use
all
Skype.
the time.
What the? Who?
I hate Skype. Skype is an awful program. Skype has all kinds of security issues. It has issues with like connections and drop. I mean, like ask anyone who uses Skype on not even a professional basis, just a semi-regular basis or a regular basis. They will tell you Skype is a terrible program. But ever since Microsoft's bought Skype, they want the world to use Skype.
Yeah.
And it's like on the Xbox 360, they already had a perfectly good chat system. Like the party system, you could already talk to your friends with the party system just fine. So I don't know. I mean, when I play on PC, I use Skype kind of just because everyone does. But I use Skype to call people while I'm playing on PC, so I can understand that. But it's like, how useful is it really? I don't know. I guess it doesn't cost Microsoft anything. But it's like,
no, it's free to them.
You're gonna call someone on their computer while you're playing on your Xbox to talk to them about your Xbox games or something.
Hey, guess what? I'm playing Xbox. Guess what? I'm not.
I guess what I'm getting at is like, how much better is Skype than Party Chat?
It's not.
Probably not
that much better.
Probably not much better.
But the Twitch TV thing though, it's actually quite interesting. Because Sony is going to be using Ustream.
Yeah, it is.
Sony's going to be using Ustream. Microsoft is going to be using Twitch TV.
The battle lines have been drawn.
And actually, I have a couple friends of mine. I don't know if they're available right now. Let me find out.
Ryan, I booked them for the show.
Well, I need to make sure they're in front of their computers.
I don't know if they're available. By the way, I, Mr. Producer over here can't put together a damn E3 special. I'm making calls from my car, getting this shit together. I don't know what you were doing for a week and a half, but so basically, we're gonna bring in. You might remember them from our last episode that we had some guests on. It was Matt and Jeff, not the Hardy Boys.
No, not the Hardy Boys.
But they are friends from over at Press Select for Options, who are a fledgling startup
YouTube channel. They do Let's Plays. Couple things like that.
So we're gonna bring them in, and we're gonna see.
We're gonna bring them in. I'm just waiting to make sure that they're in front of their computers.
We're gonna get their opinions on the Twitch versus Ustream debate. Before we move into then we're gonna transition into the PS3. Ooh, I gotta get used to not saying that anymore. The PS4 reveal and all that juicy goodness, which was the exact opposite of the Xbox.
We got Matt right now. Matt, can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm gonna take the headphones out so everyone can hear you. All right, we can hear you. All right.
Whenever Jeff's with me too.
Oh, Jeff, how you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing good.
All right, so what do you guys think about the fact that Microsoft is using Twitch and Sony's using Ustream? How do you feel about that?
Okay, hold on. Brian's an idiot. So basically, this is what we want to know is there's a few layers to this question. First would be, which one do you think is better for this particular type of interaction with this fans of Let's Plays? Also, do you think that this is kind of as we talked about last time, the whole Nintendo being like, oh, you can't do this, is this kind of Microsoft and Sony almost going like, we don't care. There's a few things to it. Which one do you guys see yourselves using? Stuff like this. Just, you have the floor for a few minutes here.
Personally, what I think is this is the right move on their part with the streaming, because that's the hot thing right now is streaming. Ustream's not as big as Twitch. I've used both. I don't really find Ustream that bad, but Twitch is way more accessible than Ustream, definitely. It's not a bad move on Microsoft's part, but I'm wondering what'll happen with doing this when people are just uploading hundreds of videos or whatever, if that's what happens, if that's the case, to Twitch, and it just gets insane, and you'll see it on YouTube where people will share it, and it's just it might be almost the end of commentary stuff maybe if it goes through. I don't know. People will just keep uploading, so I'm not too sure on how I feel about it, but it is a right move by Microsoft and Sony to try to incorporate streaming capabilities into their systems.
I agree with you on that one. There's definitely, if people are going to be doing it anyway, I don't see the reason why they shouldn't be just integrated right in.
Well, companies have already been making moves to do this stuff. I don't know if you know, but Black Ops 2 has streaming integration built into the game already.
Yeah, I was aware a little bit of that, but I do believe that. Like I said, I don't really know, and you said that there's not really much difference between the two. I don't really know whether it's going to be a battle.
Twitch is definitely bigger.
Well, Twitch is more of the popular place to go to for streaming anyway. Ustream was the big thing for a while, then Twitch TV and Justin TV just kind of popped out as I don't want to say nowhere. They've been around for a while, but they're the place to go now for streaming games and all that.
Well, yeah, definitely. And basically the way I look at this, I'm totally lost. I don't know where what the hell happened.
I think the reason Twitch TV, Dave, you could probably agree with me or disagree with me on this. I think the reason Twitch TV and Justin TV started getting really, really big was when StarCraft 2 and League of Legends came out, and a lot of people were asking for
that's all you see on the homepage.
That's
all you see on the homepage is usually League or Star.
Whatever's esports, big MLG stuff.
Jeff, I could barely hear you.
Yeah, Jeff, you're gonna have to talk a little louder.
We're kind of passing the mic back and forth, so.
so are we. So your argument's invalid.
Actually, when StarCraft 2 came out, when it was in beta, Twitch didn't exist. It was all Justin TV.
Okay.
Still then, because I am a huge live stream content consumer.
Yeah.
I watch streams all the time, basically all day, every day. And I watch Twitch mostly. I'm not sure why Twitch blew up over Ustream, and also there was what's it called, Owned TV. They're kind of dead and gone now, but that was another live streaming website that was kind of around for a while. But this is definitely this is the new YouTube. I'm just gonna come right out.
Twitch is coming.
I'm just gonna come right in and say it. Live streaming is the new YouTube video. When people want to watch Let's Plays, when people want to watch, especially for esports, it's 500 times better than YouTube.
Esports is definitely what made Twitch TV, Ustream, that's where most of their viewership is coming from.
In all honesty, I might start doing Let's Plays if it's become easier to do. Who knows?
You and me both. It seems really easy.
I'd love to watch some of your Let's Plays.
I'm trying to set up a Let's Play actually.
Well, it'll be a lot easier with the PS4 and the Xbox One, because I know personally when I wanted to start streaming, I have this crappy laptop and I couldn't do anything with it because the CPU used to jump so high when I tried to used all the software and stuff like that. So I had to get a new machine in order to start streaming. Now it's all built in. I don't have to worry about that.
It's actually funny. My little brother bought an HD capture card for our PC at the time because he wanted to record some
porn.
No. It was Madden or something. It was an Xbox game. Why would you need a capture card to record porn?
Really
later.
Good porn.
You put porn in your DVD player instead of just looking it up on the internet?
Yeah.
So whatever. So you have to buy a key. In the past, that's the kind of thing you had to do to record video games on consoles and not porn. So you had to buy a capture card. And capture cards, one, they're expensive. And two, you need a good computer to use them because they put a lot of load on your CPU and your graphics card.
Yeah.
but now you don't have to do that anymore.
Now you just connect
Now-
wirelessly to these streaming sites, and
Well, it's the same connection you're using anyway because you're on Xbox Live or you're on the PlayStation Network, so
Might as well.
it's built into the to consoles, and this is an effect. I think one of the consoles moving on to the x86 architecture, just like every modern PC uses, and two, that they're a lot more powerful now than they were 10 years ago, or when the
consoles first came out.
when
Yeah,
the
they were
360
they've
or
been
3 came
they're
out.
like
PS3,
eight or so years.
7 years.
I mean, streaming was
seven.
not even a thing
Yeah.
when the Xbox 360 and the PS3 came out.
Like, how long has it? When did
7
they?
years. It's been a
I would
7.
like to
No,
start
not
with
the consoles. When the
YouTube thing.
streaming stuff started really blowing up.
I'd
2 or
say
3.
it's been 3 years maximum.
2 or 3 years.
3 years maximum, and it's already gigantic. I was watching, I was on Twitch TV, and they had League of Legends big tournament going, the LCS, and they had like 140,000 people watching LCS.
So Matt and Jeff, have you guys really determined which way you're going to go with your streams now? Are you leaning more towards the Xbox or the PS4, or what do you got going? What's your opinion?
In terms of the consoles, I was going with the PlayStation 4 to begin with. I don't mind if we go on Ustream. I don't mind if we use Twitch. I mean, more exposure the better. But yeah, we're probably, if we do any Let's Plays on stream with the PlayStation 4, it's going to be Ustream. If not, we'll just hook up whatever and play it on Twitch. That's what I do right now, actually. When I do my own playthroughs and stuff on Twitch. I haven't done them in a little bit, but I usually go through Twitch because Twitch is just bigger. But actually, that brings up a good, kind of like a good subject about Twitch in general. It's kind of hard for most people to get known if you're not really, if you're not playing anything really, if you're not playing Minecraft, if you're not playing some MLG, if you're not playing, if you don't have a sponsor, if it's not a big fight game scene thing, it's kind of hard to get known on Twitch, actually. That's why I like using YouTube, because I feel like you can get known a little more relatively quick on YouTube, and you can I don't know, going through video archives is nice, but I don't know. Doing that.
I think we're having some technical
No,
difficulties.
I think it's definitely kind of like a feast or famine kind of situation with Twitch. Like, people who don't have a big audience follow them over to Twitch. Yeah. They kind of tend to get buried. And I don't know if Ustream avoids doing this somehow, but I think in order to make it on Twitch, you kind of have to get plugged by someone who's already really big. You know, they have to mention.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing.
Your way. Otherwise, you're just gonna
It's all word of mouth in this kind of field, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just kind of the way that Twitch works. Is they have for one thing, you have the Twitch front page, right? Mm-hmm. They have 5 streams going on, but the 5 streams that they show you right on the front page, they already have a lot of viewers anyway, right? So that's not going to help new people. Mm-hmm. Then you scroll down and they have a list of 12 games. But the 12 games are the 12 most watched games at that particular time. So again, like you were saying, if you're playing a game that no one else is playing, no one's going to see you there either. So let's say you're playing some obscure, I don't know, whatever. You're playing some obscure game that, only a small audience cares about.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Okay.
Any one of them.
So you're playing Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, that was a good choice.
If I want to see your Shin Megami Tensei, I have to do the following. I have to get on my account. I have to log on to my account. I have to go to the master games list. I have to scroll through the entire... Well, I have to either search specifically for that game. So I have to search for the exact Shin Megami Tensei that you're playing, and I know there's 18 of them.
Digital Devil Saga 2.
So I have to search for that exact game, or I have to scroll through the list until I find, all the way at the bottom, it'll say, Shin Megami Tensei, blah, 3 viewers, and show, maybe not even they have game covers, but for a game like that, they might not even have the game cover. So for these, sort of, niche kind of shows, it's really hard for them to make it.
So then this might be a case where Ustream actually ends up being a better media outlet for some of these Let's Plays. I mean, we'll see how it turns out.
We'll see how it goes once everything's implemented, and chances are these things won't be implemented at launch. You'll probably see them midway through next year.
I don't know. They sound like they were pretty much.
I think they're good to go now.
I think they're good to go.
I mean, like I said, Black Ops 2 does it. What? When did it come out? 8 months ago?
Well, more than that.
More than that.
It was almost. It was over a year ago.
Okay, so Black Ops 2 did it a year ago. So why can't these other games do it at the end of the year when they come out?
They're integrating it into a whole system, a whole console, and like I don't know, Microsoft might get on that, but Sony's known to make promises and not to really deliver on them right away.
So I think Sony is trying to avoid the debacle from the PS3 era. They really, I don't think they.
Yeah, we'll get to Sony.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that after this. But we want to give you guys the last word here because we're gonna start to move on from this. But if you have anything you want to plug from your YouTube channel or anything, go ahead. You got like 60 seconds. Go on.
What do you mean by plug?
Plug like any if you have any Let's Plays going on or anything right now.
Well, right now we're going over. We don't really have any new videos up yet. We're trying to like go in a new direction per se. You know, trying to get some discussion value into our videos. So right now on our YouTube page, Press Select for Options, we really don't have. Well, we have newer content, but we're trying to change our content up a bit. I don't know if you guys ever watched or anything like that, but it's really just us playing games and like joking around. But we kind of want to get into like more like discussion and like deeper into discussion about certain things like like E3 and Microsoft and Sony. So we kind of want to go that way per se. So we're trying to like start over a little bit, if that makes sense, and like just go in a whole nother direction.
And we're playing. What's the last thing we were playing? We were playing a little bit of Blaze Blue, but the main one, No More Heroes we started, but the main one we've been focused on still is Splatterhouse, actually, the new one that came out on PS3 and 360. I mean, I love that game. It's a lot of fun.
I still never played that game.
It's not bad actually, and it's not bad, and it actually comes with the original 3 Splatterhouses, so you could play the originals and the new one.
So if you had to give it a 1 out of 5 scale rating, what would you do?
Well, it's a very simplistic game, and you just beat the crap out of the things. So I give it out of beat 'em ups, I give it a 4.
I'll give it a 3.
Definitely out.
Okay, and there we have it. We have Matt and Jeff's review. We got a review in here too. I wasn't even planning on that.
So, all right,
but
Matt,
I'm a big fan of beat 'em ups, but I sat down and played that one. I was like, it's not that bad, and then it looks good.
You're painting the walls red with Winnie the Pooh. How much? That's the voice of the mask. Actually, is the guy who does Winnie the Pooh and Pete the Cat.
Well, I'm gonna have to check this out now. You got me interested. I'll go watch the Let's Play. But we got to move on, guys.
We got to move on.
It was really great to have you on again. Hopefully we can do it again soon.
All right, man. Thanks for having us.
All right, take care, guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right, see you.
So that was Matt and Jeff from Press Select for Options. You can obviously follow him on YouTube at that name, Press Select for Options. It's Press Select, the number 4 Options.
There you can find information for their Facebook, their Twitter, all that jazz.
All that good stuff.
I'm kind of liking. We kind of have like a partnership with them. It's pretty cool. And now with our esports correspondent Dave, we kind of have like a little
we have a little journalism.
We have a little team going on here.
Talking about basically no esports today, but let's just ignore that.
Yeah. Well, that's because we'll need you soon. I mean, there's a couple of tournaments coming up that you're probably going to want.
There are.
LCS is going on right now. So
but let's not talk. This is our E3 wrap up.
Don't get me started on the esports. You will never get back to talking about E3.
Okay. So right now we've covered Microsoft. Let's cover Sony. Now, Sony, like, do you want to cover Sony now, or do you want to go to like the 2 more smaller corporate conferences?
We got to talk about Sony. I don't even know if we have enough time to get to the corporate.
Okay, if we don't cover the corporate conferences today,
that'll be tomorrow.
You can tune in for part 2 tomorrow at the same time from 8:30 till 10:30 Eastern time, of course, for part 2 where we'll cover Nintendo and everything we couldn't cover tonight.
Yeah, we tried to do a 4-hour mashup block here, but we just weren't. I don't even think I have enough energy to get through this 2 hours. To be honest with you, I've had a Nutri-Grain bar all day. Really, I need to eat, guys. What the hell?
I'd be interested to know how many people want to actually hear Brian talk for 4 hours.
I don't think there's a single. No, there's nobody in the world that wants to.
There's a couple people who would be willing to hear me rant for 4 hours.
I want to meet that person.
I'm not even sure if besides Matt and Jeff, anyone's listening.
I don't know if I could listen to Brian talk for 4 hours. I might go crazy.
Oh God, this is your first time in studio with us, Dave. You have no idea the looks, the death stares I give him on a daily basis when we're doing this show.
Well, you give me death stares on a daily basis when we're not even in we're just hanging out.
But anyway, so Sony. Sony, everything that Xbox did wrong, Sony did not do those same things wrong.
Okay, well, hold on. All right, let's not get into this like sensationalistic praise Sony. We are not worthy. Okay, but here's the situation with Sony. Everyone already hates Microsoft.
Yeah.
All Sony has to do is not fuck up.
That's basically what I'm saying.
That's all they have to do is not fuck up. Sony didn't fuck up.
We've gone to R.
Here's the bottom line.
Yes.
Sony did not mess up.
Way to censor yourself after 4 times.
But it's true. That's all they had to do, and they didn't do it. But like further than that, I think they did really knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, just like even at the very beginning, just seeing their stage setup with that ridiculous huge screen that they had. I mean, like just from a technical production standpoint, it was amazing. It was just such a spectacle to watch.
Yeah, there was definitely like their set was. I mean, it was something else. It really was.
I was actually, I'm in the production business. For our listeners who have no idea about me, I'm in the production business. So I was actually asking a couple of my coworkers if they knew who did the production for the Sony conference because it impressed me so much.
Yeah, it really did look awesome with the whole. Like, I liked how they had the screens moved. Like, there was how many screens were there?
There were
it was like
9.
4 or 5 screens.
No, there were 9 screens
9?
on the bottom. There were 9 on the bottom, and
then
then there was a huge blend.
Yeah.
A huge projector blend over all of them.
And all of them had independent movement too. Which
Did they
Yeah, they
move?
They moved at certain points, and like they moved forward and they moved back. That was because if you recall,
forward and backward.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know at the
down.
EA conference they moved up and down.
No, it was like
Like to let people out of backstage and stuff, they moved forward.
No, because if you recall correctly, when they did the huge indie game.
Yeah, I remember that. That was actually really cool.
Every single time.
That was one of my more favorite parts of the entire
conference. That was a really
conference.
cool part of the
Every single time they revealed a new game, the screen for that game got pushed forward, and then it would retract, and they would move forward and back, and that was really cool. I thought that was awesome.
That's not easy to do with a projector, by the way.
No. But pretty much Sony more or less covered everything they needed to cover. I kind of scrolled down a little too far outside my Sony notes.
Sony deliberately, I know we'll probably talk about this, but Sony deliberately, they made it a point to like take pot shots at Microsoft because they know how much everyone hated them.
We've got a couple we actually got a couple sound bites from the conference that we're going to play.
Yeah. We'll get to those when it comes up. But
are we going to talk about the games first, or are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about the games first. Let's cover the games first.
Okay. So we can cover people like prostrating themselves and chanting "We are not worthy."
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And the crowd surfing.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the crowd surfing was a bit
like virgin sacrifice.
I'm sorry, I hate to tirade, but one person in our chat goes, she's like, she doesn't have any questions right now, but she thinks Sony wins just because they didn't make any rape jokes.
This is true.
Yeah. Sony carefully avoided insinuating that they were going to rape someone in a video game.
Yeah. No one needs to be raped.
No.
I'm taking a stance right. Game Nation is very anti-rape.
We are.
We're pro not rape.
So pretty much to get to the games outside of our political statements now. The first thing Sony showed off was Gran Turismo 6, which I have to say, while it's one of the more realistic driving simulations, that game looks beautiful.
Yeah, well, I mean, didn't Gran Turismo always have that issue where like maybe I'm confusing it with Forza, but like they would refuse to have like realistic damage modeling on the cars because of some kind of thing with the manufacturers where they didn't want to see their cars.
That was Gran Turismo.
Yeah. That was Gran Turismo. Also, I think it was because the guy who is the director of the Gran Turismo series just loves the cars so much he doesn't want to see them as like dinged up or damaged or anything like that. But it could be either way. It could be the manufacturers, it could be him, it could be anything.
But
that always annoyed me though about that series.
How cars don't
I
get
never
patched
liked
up. That. Yeah.
Next
Gran Turismo looked good.
Gran Turismo looked good. Next came one of their new IPs that was announced.
Yeah, this was a brand new IP, yeah.
It was a totally brand new IP. We have a list of all the new IPs. We'll go over them in a minute. Order 1886. I'm sorry, 1886.
1866.
Yeah, no, the Order 1886.
Yeah, that was actually like I remember seeing that pop up, and I was kind of like it took place. It was London, right?
Yeah, it was in London during
1886. And it was it looked pretty cool. I mean, it was almost like it was just basically a teaser trailer. There wasn't any gameplay.
Well, remember before they played the teaser trailer, they said this was all in-game footage.
No, that means it's rendered in the game. It's not pre-rendered. It's rendered by the game engine.
Yeah. So
but it was still a cutscene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it looks to be like a very. How would you put it, Brian?
The way I would describe it, it's kind of not completely, but kind of steampunkish in a sense.
It's pretty steampunk.
No, it's pure steampunk.
It's a steampunk setting. Like in terms of the enemies, I don't know. Like my first thought were like zombies, but I don't think they're zombies.
There's too many zombie games. I hope it's not a zombie game.
Honestly, this game, like I don't know. I guess I find steampunk stuff kind of obnoxious.
Which is weird because you like cyberpunk.
I love cyberpunk, but steampunk is kind of obnoxious. But it's like the Lovecraft kind of setting, Victorian England.
For all we know, it could be the supernatural stuff like werewolves.
No,
vampires.
it almost definitely is.
I can almost.
It almost definitely is. I mean, you have these guns with like these ornate, carvings and magical symbols on them and stuff. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of that setting.
Well, I'm interested. So
it seems like an interesting title. Then they went into Transistor. Now I don't remember this one that well, actually.
I actually don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
I do.
Go on.
Go ahead.
You remember Bastion, right?
Yeah, I remember
It's the new Bastion. Basically, it's from the same team, Supergiant Games. It's sort of the same style. It's like top-down 3D isometric, all like drawn graphics. But this one it's actually cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk. You're going from steampunk to cyberpunk.
You're kind of going through a city with this like sword that like talks to you and
Saba from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You met him once.
But the sword is like the narrator from Bastion.
I didn't meet the sword. I met the guy who held the sword.
Oh, okay.
Well, the sword's the new narrator.
Yeah,
as far as I can tell. So basically, it's the new Bastion. I mean, they've changed a lot. Like, don't get the impression that it's just a straight up rip off of Bastion because it's not. But basically, it's the new Bastion.
Well, okay, hold on.
Again, from the chat, pretty funny joke.
Would steampunk zombies run on coal? That's actually a good question. Maybe. I don't think zombies are as effective if they're walking around coal. Coal, like it just doesn't come off.
Work.
It doesn't
work.
But
the fun isn't not there. Then they went into their huge, like there was like 8-9 games are in their independent.
It was 9. It was 9. Definitely 9 games. I remember there was 1 center and 4 on each side.
And they brought all the developers out on the stage, and they said they thought that we didn't want to talk to them, so we made them come out on stage.
Yeah.
Play the game in front of you guys.
One of them I remember was an Oddworld game.
Oddworld's back.
Was it a remake of Oddworld or a whole new game?
It's a new. I mean, it's in the same style as the old Oddworld games, but it's like a completely new game.
That was actually exciting. I was like, ooh, I remember those old Oddworld games. They were really fun.
Those games are actually before my time, but I know how kind of legendary they are, so I'm actually really excited to play new ones.
Oddworld's not that before your time.
They were PS1, so they were
PS1 era.
When we were kids.
I didn't have a PS1.
Oh, that's why.
Well, there was Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. There was
Oddworld. Abe's Odyssey.
It was Abe's Odyssey.
Abe's Odyssey, sorry. And then there was, what was it? What was the other one? There was
that weird first-person shooter spin-off with the Stranger.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Where you, like, shot fuzzy animals.
Oh, Stranger's Wrath.
Stranger's Wrath, yeah. Oddworld
shoot tiny animals.
Is a very appropriately named title.
Pretty weird.
But they went through their whole independent. They didn't really spend. I want to say they spent a good chunk of time on their games, but in terms of the number of games they showed, the number of games they showed pales in comparison to the amount Microsoft showed.
But they were already showing games at their reveal for the PS4.
Right.
So you have to take that into comparison.
Yeah.
And I still think they spent a lot of time talking about games in their press conference. So at least
it was a good hour and a half.
At least watching it didn't feel like they were just talking about like boring crap that no one cared about. They were still talking about games.
There was just a comment in the chat that somebody was saying that they were very weirded out by what did it say over there? They were bugged by.
I remember playing Ace Odyssey. The blind dudes bugged me out. That game, dang. And then she talks about one of the other games that got revealed. We'll get to it in a minute.
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 will be brought up. But first, we need to bring up a game that...
We need a fangirl squeal over Kingdom Hearts 3.
I heard so many fangirl squeals.
Anyway, but before we get to Kingdom Hearts 3...
We need someone to squeal. Call Alex. You need him to squeal.
I hate Alex.
But he would do the perfect squeal. Just
that
think
is
about
true.
it.
He is kind of...
We got a fangirl squeal on the chat. Does that count?
Doesn't
Close
count.
enough.
It doesn't count. It doesn't.
But...
whatever, we'll accept it.
We'll accept it.
It's the best we're going to get.
That's the best we're going to get.
We'll accept it.
I'm not going to
Since no one called.
Guys, like I said, if you want to join in on our discussions via phone, we love talking.
Please call in and squeal. We need someone to squeal.
We need someone to call in. I will text people and tell them, call into the
No, that doesn't count. Brian, stop. Okay, well, hold on. Wait. Anybody who's listening that might want to squeal for us. When we get to the Kingdom Hearts 3 segment, feel free. But right now, we have to move on to
I'll plug the
this.
number one more time. It's area code 347-327-9451. It's a toll-free number. Feel free to call in anytime you want, especially if you want a fangirl squee or fan guy squee.
Squee?
Fan guy squeal.
Squee? Anyway, but here's a game that this was a
shocker to me too.
This was a shock. I was very shocked. Brian, that's another hint.
Yeah.
You suck at this. How many times do I have to say shock, surprise? Yeah, there we go.
We'll get there.
I need to start sitting closer to the laptop. Thank you. Anyway, so basically, this has been a game that everyone's been really trying to be where the hell has it been for a while?
I have been too.
Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Wait, no.
Oh.
Now it's Final Fantasy 15.
Oh.
They pretty much just said, you know what? We've been working on Versus 13 for so long. Let's just make it 15. Let's not make it attached to 13. We made that game series a trilogy, and I'll willingly admit that game sucked.
Of course. This is the first Final Fantasy I've been interested in a really long time.
I know. And you know what they did? They showed actual gameplay during the trailer. Oh my god. Actual gameplay.
For one thing, the game is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. It blows me away. And I played Crisis 2 and I played Crisis 3 and I've played
Halo
Metro
4.
Last Light. I have not. Well, Halo 4 was alright. But I'm talking about high-end PC games, and this game was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, this was a game that, how long has it been in development, Hal? It's been there for a while.
Well, when did Final Fantasy 13 come out? A couple of years ago. It was
3 years ago?
4 years ago. It was supposed to be a launch title for PS4. 3.
And then it got pushed back 2 years, and then it got pushed back another year. It was pretty bad.
It came out, I want to say around 2008, 2009. Around that window.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, and Versus 13 was supposed to come out 2 years later. So let's say 2008. It's 2013 now. You're talking about 6 years in development hell.
Yeah, but it's finally made its triumphant return to the world of relevancy.
Can I just say I'm really excited for the live real time Kingdom Hearts style combat in a Final Fantasy game.
I know. If they stick with that style,
I really hope they do, because menu-based combat in RPGs is terrible. It's so bad. It was only originally made as a hardware limitation.
Yeah.
Because on early systems you couldn't have these huge game worlds and these long stories and all this stuff and have real-time combat. So that's where this menu combat came from. And it's awful, and I hate it, and I wish it would go away.
So you're no longer a fan of turn-based combat?
I wish it would go away. No, turn-based combat is one thing. This menu crap is another altogether. I played Full Spectrum Warrior. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that
game. That great turn-based combat game. Not an RPG, but great turn-based combat. That turn-based combat is not always terrible. Menu-based combat is always awful. I wish it would just go into its little hole and die and stay there forever. Please, whoever is listening that has some sway at Square Enix.
Oh yes,
Make it die.
That's
Square Enix is
Make
obviously
it die
listening.
forever. Get my message to Square. I just don't want it to ever come back. I hate it. I hate it.
Okay, I can't follow that up.
I really can't follow that up, and it brings us straight into the most shocking reveal of Sony's conference was that Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually now in development.
Should have been all along in development.
It should have been a long time ago.
I get this feeling that companies like jerk people along.
Yeah.
People are like, we want Kingdom Hearts 3, we want Kingdom Hearts 3, we want Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're just getting totally ignored.
They're getting the spin-offs
and then when people,
the segues.
And then when people forget about it, I don't know about you guys, but I had forgotten about Kingdom Hearts.
I was never
haven't
a Kingdom Hearts person, but
the only Kingdom Hearts game I enjoyed thoroughly was Kingdom Hearts 2, and then after that I saw all the spin-offs, and I met a bunch of friends of mine who were huge Kingdom Hearts fans.
Yeah, I really liked Kingdom Hearts 2, but I had forgotten about it. And then this announcement came out for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was like, whoa!
That is big.
Kingdom Hearts, they're like, where did this come from? They finally decided to listen to their fans.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, it took them a long time.
Now we just need Half-Life 3. And the circle will be complete.
Oh, actually, there was actually something. There was something about that, but that'll be in our actual show next week. There was I haven't.
Was there really a thing about Half-Life 3 at E3?
No, not at E3. No, that there was basically a fan. I don't know how this can. I know this isn't about E3, but there was a fan protest. They all played.
There's no Half-Life 3.
They all play. Everybody refused to play
hilarious.
any other game on the Valve
You guys gotta know.
On the Valve what's the servers. On the Valve servers, they refused to play any other game on the Valve servers except for Half-Life 2 for 24 hours, and they only played Half-Life 2 for 24 hours.
Oh,
it was, but we'll talk about that.
You know that the people who work at Valve are just sitting in their office just laughing.
Gabe Newell's just sitting in his guest chair. It's he's pretty funny.
Just these deep belly laughs, and his belly looks so big already, it's shaking all over the place.
But back to Kingdom Hearts 3. It really
it wasn't even a full trailer. It was a nice little teaser.
But it did show It did show gameplay.
Yeah, it showed a little bit of gameplay with that wave of hardness, and there were a ton
Hardness?
Heartless.
You said hardness.
I was just gonna let that one go.
No, I can't let it go. Wave of hardness. I don't want to know what the hell's going on.
I meant heartless. Wave of heartless.
Yeah, I've read enough Flash fan fiction to know where this is going.
There's definitely some weird.
And there were a ton of gifs on there in terms of the Sony versus Microsoft thing, where it's Microsoft was a little here, and this Wave was, Sora was a retailer, and the Wave was a metric ton of PS4 reserves, or various other things that kind of correlate to that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely. Oh man, did you hear that? I'm sorry to keep changing it, but did you hear that? Microsoft GameStop is handing out flyers to tell anybody interested in reserving the Xbox One all of its limitations. They're
really?
Yeah,
why would they do that?
I don't know. I have to look further into that article. Honestly, I didn't look. I haven't done much research.
Is there some really angry neckbeard in the upper echelons of GameStop management? Because that makes no sense for a retail business to be doing that.
The only other thing in regards to that is that right now PS4 has Xbox One out reserved 8-1. Right now.
Yeah, I'm not shocked in the slightest. And you know what the funniest part about it is? There was no reveal date.
No reveal date.
Not even a reveal
both.
month. Not even a reveal. They didn't even say whether it was going to be in 2013.
No, they said holiday of 2013.
Okay. They did say holiday of 2013. I didn't hear that the first time.
They said the holiday of 2013, but they never said an exact month or date. They just gave us the price, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah, but back to Kingdom Hearts 3.
My God.
Which we basically, there's not much to say because there wasn't really much in the trailer to really go off of.
Like I said, it was a teaser.
It was a teaser.
It was enough to light the fire under the fans.
But here's one thing that it kind of falls into and luckily I don't know the guy's name who runs Sony Computer Entertainment America.
Josh Trenton.
There it is. But at least he didn't go on his Twitter and say that it was an exclusive. Because it's not.
It's not.
So at least he didn't fall. He doesn't have the same foot and mouth syndrome.
Because before it was revealed, people thought that Kingdom Hearts 3 would be exclusive to the PS4. But later on, it was revealed that Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15 will both be going to Xbox One, which You know what? If I were Sony's executive, I'm sorry, not Sony, Square Enix, I'd do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no reason.
Your audience, there's no reason not to.
Here's something to consider about Kingdom Hearts 3 that I'm sure every Kingdom Hearts fan has already considered. How much more stuff does Disney own now than they did when they did Kingdom Hearts 2? I can think of two. I can think of Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah. We actually talked about this.
We talked about this a while back, and a bunch of my friends talked about this.
I'm not sure if they're actually going to be able to put any Star Wars stuff in the game.
I just want to see Sephiroth fight Darth Vader.
A lot of people
would like to see that, but I'm not sure if that's possible because there has been a exclusivity for gaming rights given to EA by Disney. So there is. I mean, Marvel.
More than likely, Marvel will be more than likely.
Marvel will probably be in there, but I'm not holding my breath for Star Wars to be in there because there is contracts that say the games have to be developed by EA. Well, you know.
Man can dream.
A man
can dream. You're all right. A man can dream, and dream we will for whenever this game decides to come out. I'm going to put a bet on the table and say 2016.
I'll take that bet.
2016 is when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
I'll take that bet. How much is it?
That's a really long time.
I'll take. Well, no,
this is Square Enix we're talking about. Remember?
That's my reason. How much?
$5.
It's got to be more than a $5 bet. If we're holding this for
20 years. I mean $20.
Oh my God! $20. 20 years again with you with 20 years. I'm not. I would never bet you anything for 20 years.
$20.
$20. Shake on it.
We are shaking hands. This is a gentleman's agreement. We actually have someone calling in.
Someone who's not me.
Awesome.
All they had to do was get me to say.
Hey, how's it going? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Move it away from the.
Hi, my name is Julie. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Oh, Julie from Atlanta.
Yes. Hi.
How are you today?
I am good. I was the one who was squealing in the chat room.
Oh, would you like to give us a fangirl
to let
squeal?
you know. I'd really rather not.
Okay. Fine.
We forgive you.
Sorry.
So what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 15?
Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts 3 or anything.
I am less interested in Final Fantasy 15, if only just because the quality of games in the Final Fantasy franchise has really been going downhill ever since 9. And so, I mean, I'm kind of just, honestly,
Did we lose her? No! How can this happen?
Julie, are you still there?
Yes.
No, you're breaking up a little. That's why.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Now we got you.
You're back.
Okay, I'm back.
So you were saying, like, you didn't like Final Fantasy since 9.
Yeah, basically. Like, it would take a lot to get me back to the Final Fantasy franchise. I am still really interested in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like you said, even aside from the game rights for EA, I don't think that Disney would want to put any Star Wars levels into the game, at least until they get their own Star Wars movie put out.
That's a very good point.
That way it would have a more solid connection.
That is a very, very good point.
Like, if you were to say, like, let's say tomorrow they announced that Marvel would be in the game, which Marvel character or characters would you like to see?
Well, the Avengers is obvious, but definitely I would want to see Iron Man, though I don't see how they'd be able to swing that with the Disney image. I mean, possibly, but...
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're probably going to end up going with Spider-Man, though, just because it's the biggest, like, thing that they have.
See, but here's the thing, though. They kind of did the exact same thing. Disney did the exact same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean, where they kind of did a more photorealistic styling for that level. So they could probably do the exact same thing for the Avengers.
No,
if they tried to go down that road.
And I mean, they did manage to clean up Jack Sparrow enough for it to be somewhat kid friendly as well. So
I'm wrong. That is true.
Well,
no, he was not. Although he did seem visibly intoxicated throughout the entire level.
Yeah, but that's just Jack Sparrow in general.
So I'm assuming that you were. Even though you won't squeal now, there was some squealing involved when the Kingdom Hearts 3 was revealed?
There was a bit of squealing when I found out about Kingdom Hearts 3, yes.
Well, That's good. We'll accept it.
So we'll accept that. Have you played any of the other Kingdom Hearts games?
Obviously, she has.
Outside of 2.
Outside, I played
Birth
Kingdom
by
Hearts
Fate
1 and 2. I did not play through any of the side games just because I tried playing Chain of Memories and it was just terrible.
Did you try 315
absolutely terrible.
or Birth by Sleep?
No, I haven't done either of those.
Oh, okay, because a lot of my...
I'm more of a main storyline girl.
Well, they just in case you have to refresh your memory on any of the games, they are re-releasing it was 1.5 HD remix. Right?
Yeah.
And that was a PS3 exclusive actually that they're doing. So if you feel like you want to brush back up on your Kingdom Hearts knowledge, just in case maybe you haven't played in a while, you can always look forward to that coming out before Kingdom Hearts 3 as well.
That comes out around October of this year, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
that would definitely be a good idea since it's been I don't even remember how long it's been since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out.
That's probably that's exactly what you should be saying.
We've gone 2 generations since Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
That's a huge gap.
That makes me very sad.
It is a saddening thing for people of any game to have to weed through an entire generation of console without having an updated version of their game.
Yeah.
Basically, it sucks when that happens.
It does suck. It sucks when it happens, but you know what though? That's just the business model. These developers either take members from one team and bring them over to another team to get a game out faster.
They snipe them off, and they.
I totally understand how that's how the market works. It kind of feels like you're being abandoned sometimes if they just completely ignore it for so long. I'm surprised that people got as excited for it as they. I mean, obviously I did too, so I can't.
Can't what?
Can't what? You broke up again.
Oh, I just was saying that it's kind of a gamble too, though, because if you wait too long, people might end up just giving up on it, and you lose your fan base.
That is true. That is a very good point.
It's kind of like kind of like what happened with Duke Nukem Forever.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Now, that game was terrible, I'll admit, but you're talking about 10, 20 year gap?
Yeah.
What is with you in 20 years?
There were no more Duke.
I like the number 20.
Okay.
But it might have actually been 20 years for Duke Nukem.
No, it couldn't have been because
it might have been 20 years.
No, that's impossible because I was alive. And,
maybe 15.
Yeah, maybe 15.
Okay. So Julie, do you have any other further questions or points you would like us to address or anything like that?
No, that is it for me from now. I have been enjoying listening to you guys.
How does it feel to be our first non-conscribed caller?
It feels pretty good. I am honored.
Feel free to call back anytime. We, unlike radio stations, we don't have where you can only call once in a month. So
no, we don't. You can call in as many times as you want. Join the conversations. Annoy us. Give us interesting side stories we haven't even found.
I can also continue to make fun of Russ. I can keep making fun of Russ for making bad jokes too.
Hey! The bad jokes. You know what? Never mind.
Shut him up. Good job.
That's very hard. That's very hard to do.
I've only done it twice.
Yes, but we're going to have to move on to the next portion of our section. It was great talking to you, and hopefully we talk to you again in the near future.
Thanks so much.
Okay, bye.
Keep listening in, Julie. Take care. All right.
That was fun.
That was very, very fun. So,
okay, bring the laptop closer to me now.
So now that we've pretty much covered, dried up the Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3,
the Square Enix portion.
The Square Enix portion of the Sony conference.
There was another RPG reveal.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really so much a reveal. It was more of an announcement that it would be coming to the PS4. And while it's going to be multi-consoled, they announced that it's going to be getting exclusive DLC, I want to say, first.
Yes.
And that's the Elder Scrolls Online. This is one of those games I am really excited for.
See, I always kind of thought the Elder Scrolls Online is doomed to failure from day zero.
Yeah.
Because how are you going to compete with World of Warcraft? This is the elephant in the room. For anyone who wants, I'm serious. For anyone who wants to do a like paid subscription MMO, especially a fantasy MMO, how are you going to compete with World of Warcraft? Nobody can do it. People have been trying for what? For how long?
World of Warcraft's been almost 10 years.
For 10 years.
But according to Brian, it's almost 20. So.
And no one can do it. So how is the other?
Oh, we got someone else.
We have another call.
Wow,
two in
one night. This is a first.
Okay, here, slide it over.
All right, so let's see who we got here. Give me 1 sec. Let me click the button.
Okay. Hello, caller. Who are you? Where are you coming from?
Hi, my name is Mike.
Hey, Mike.
From Marlboro.
Marlboro.
New Jersey.
What? Marlboro's another state.
I could tell. I could just tell by the area code.
Oh, okay.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
good.
Pretty good.
What's your question? Do you have a comment?
I want to know if I heard they're making a new Star Wars Battlefront.
They are making a new Star Wars Battlefront. That was actually revealed during the EA conference, and my reaction to that, I was jumping out of my chair screaming, "Holy Lord, they're actually doing it!" And
I was actually kind of shocked that they
Who's developing? Is that DICE?
Dice
is doing
okay,
it.
So just like every fanboy was saying was going to happen, that's exactly the way it happened.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
is it going to be the same one that they stopped development on?
I don't think so. I think they're probably going to completely rework it from the ground up using the Frostbite 3 engine.
Yep.
The reason why I believe that Brian is 100% correct about that is because there was no gameplay footage. It was the epitome of a teaser trailer. It was literally 5 to 10 seconds of teaser trailer. It wasn't even like a 30, 40 second.
No,
it was snowy field, turn to the right, at foot, clanks down right next to whoever you're looking through the eyes of. Speeder goes through, and then there was just Battlefront, and honestly, they couldn't have done it better.
No. I literally jumped out of my chair screaming. I went on my face and I was like, Battlefront 3!
I believe you. And Brian is a larger individual, so for him to jump out of anything is very, very difficult.
I have a question for you guys.
Sure, go ahead.
What did you think about the Halo 5 trailer?
We talked about that for a little while. I don't know if you were listening earlier, but we were a bit torn on the Halo thing. Whereas it looked really awesome and the visuals were really cool.
Why is he in a poncho?
We didn't understand why he was in a poncho.
I know. I understand why he's in a poncho.
Yeah, because he has the armor, so I don't understand the need for the poncho.
No, he's in the poncho, so you don't know that it's Master Chief until the very end. That is the only reason that he's in the poncho.
Mastro Chifo
from
Mexico.
That is the sole reason.
But
and what were the dog tags that he was holding at the end?
I want to say that was Cortana's module.
Yeah,
I want to say that's Cortana's module.
I can agree with that. That probably has something to do with that.
Like he kind of uses that as like his sort of token
remembrance.
Remembrance. Yeah, I couldn't think of a good word for it.
Yeah.
For Cortana, because Cortana is, for lack of a better word, dead. Spoilers, by the way, for those that are listening. I'm yet to say it.
There we go. But yeah, that was our reaction to it was kind of mixed.
But here's my big thing. When they showed that teaser, they just showed Halo. They didn't say Halo 5. Yeah. So it doesn't mean it's going to be Halo 5.
We're lucky they didn't call it Halo 1.
Yeah. For all we know, it's implied to be Halo 5.
You know what?
That went right over Brian's head.
You know what? Actually, now that I just thought about it, it makes so much sense.
But why would they remake Halo 1? They did a
No, Brian!
Still flying
right over his head. No, because it's the... Never mind, I'm not even going to
explain it. We are on the air. This man has a question. It needs to be answered.
No, he doesn't have...
Brian's like, I'm so confused. Please let me in on the joke.
Basically, Brian, the Xbox One is not their first system. And the Halo 5, which might be at that point called Halo 1, would not be their first game. So
it was an Xbox One. It was an Xbox One joke.
There you go.
Yeah, I feel like an idiot.
Okay, let's get back to the caller. He's taking his time to call in. So besides Battlefront 3 and Halo, whatever number they decide to slap on this, is there any other things you wanted us to address?
Yeah, actually, what do you guys think of Project Destiny?
Destiny we're going to get to in a little while, so if you can just hold out on that for a bit, we're going to get to that very soon.
We will do lots of talking about Destiny.
We only have 20 minutes left in our stream, though, so we're going to have to cut the call short for now. Feel free. We're having
Part 2's going to be tomorrow at the same time.
Feel free to call in and ask more questions, but right now we're going to have to cut you off because we need to use this last 20 minutes to its fullest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
you guys are awesome.
No,
thank you, man.
Thank you. And thank you for calling in.
How do you feel
have
if we second call and call into the station? That's
Brian, we don't have time. We don't have time.
All right, bye.
How did I just logged into Skype. How the hell? Why am I logged into Skype?
I don't know. Maybe your brother's using your computer.
What the hell? Okay, anyway.
Anyway, thanks for calling in, Mike. We'll see you around, all right?
Okay.
All right. So pretty much Elder Scrolls Online, we've pretty much covered everything we need to cover for it. You're all right. It has a huge hill to climb because the big pink elephant in the room is World of Warcraft. We still don't know what kind of model in terms of like is it going to be...
Well, I was hearing about the Elder Scrolls Online when it was announced that it was going to be
a pay-to-play model,
full-featured, pay-to-play, $15 a month kind of deal. I don't know, maybe it's changed since then, but that's what I had always been hearing about it.
In my opinion, if I were to pick between pay-to-play or free-to-play, I would personally go free-to-play.
Well, I don't think...
Really?
I don't think any...
Well, not because I'm cheap, but because the pay-to-play model, from what I've been seeing, in terms of, profit, gives you a better profit.
No, here's the thing, though. Any $15 a month paid subscription MMO that's not World of Warcraft dies. They all just die because they're
Champions
not World
Online
of
died.
died.
Every single one.
We could spend hours naming failed MMOs. The point is, every $15 a month MMO that is not named World of Warcraft has failed. Every single one, except maybe EVE Online. That's the only exception. But every other one is dead and gone.
Right. And then the other, this was an actual teaser that they did this, was Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max. That was really random. And you know what's funny is, as I was watching that teaser trailer, I was like, man, this looks like Mad Max. And then it turned out to be Mad Max. I was like, holy hell!
I called it.
It was
right on the dot.
It was very, very I couldn't believe I got that. I was like, man, did they make a Mad Max game?
Yes.
No. What?
What's going on
Mad
here?
Max. Now here's the big question: is it going to be a whole new character, or are you going to be Mel Gibson?
I think it's a whole new character.
Mel Gibson had better be in the game somewhere.
Yeah.
He'd better have at least a cameo.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
We'll have to keep an eye. I'm keeping an eye on it.
I have no idea. But a couple more announcements with the Sony conference before we give our grade on it.
Okay.
One of the big announcements was that there was the PlayStation Plus membership will now transfer over, but that will be the only way you can play online.
Yeah.
This totally flew under everyone's radar.
Yeah.
You have to buy PlayStation Plus to play multiplayer now.
But I personally really don't mind it, because not only am I have to play online, I'm not that big of an online multiplayer. A lot of people know that my online nickname has slowly been becoming target practice.
Yeah. So basically, that I don't think that's really going to affect.
That's not going to affect anything.
No. Well, here's the thing with the PlayStation Plus multiplayer thing. It sucks. It's terrible, and I hate it. But this is what you can't help but think, well, at least it's not Xbox Live.
Yeah.
It's still better than Xbox Live. Yeah. But objectively, it sucks.
Yeah.
And now this transitions well into Destiny, which was asked
about.
Looks awesome.
I agree.
Looks awesome. It's
you know what's funny though? It's being developed by Bungie, but when I was looking at it, I was like, I got that Bungie vibe, but at the same time, I could see a little bit of Activision's influence in trying to make it look also more like Call of Duty-esque.
I don't agree with you. I think it had a very, very
unique
Bungie
look.
Very Bungie look.
Yeah.
No. I'm not talking about in terms of look. It was a very Bungie-esque game.
What do you mean Call of Duty influence?
In terms of the gameplay style,
it's an MMO.
No. I'm talking from the first-person shooter perspective. Every Bungie game I played has never had the pop-up sites.
So you're saying you're saying that it has
I may
Call
be
of Duty
completely wrong in my thought process.
because there's aim down sights, a feature that has been in first person shooters for as long as since
Modern Warfare 1.
Just forget it.
Just forget it.
Just cut it out.
All right.
It's ridiculous.
But I am really
Brian's silly, but it really looks awesome.
It looks amazing. Is it going to come out this year? I actually don't remember.
No, I don't know.
I have no idea.
But the way I look at it is it's a massively multiplayer online shooter, which is it's ambitious.
That's a really cool new genre, by the way.
Yeah.
I like it.
PlanetSide 2 is one.
I think it's going to be different from PlanetSide 2 though, because it's like actually a role-playing game.
Okay, but right now we have to.
Wait, hold on. No, we can talk about that for a couple more minutes. But basically, I am very excited for Destiny. It's on my list for later, and I think that we'll probably cover it a little bit more tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it tomorrow
during the EA.
But everybody in this room's initial reaction was, we want to play that. So
before that gameplay demo, I was really skeptical on it. That gameplay demo is what pretty much sealed the deal for me.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It just everything about it looks like it makes sense.
Yes.
Now for the cap off for the Xbox, the Sony conference, there was a few announcements. We actually have the sound bites here, so that we don't have to say them ourselves. This was one of them.
PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 games. They have the rights to use that copy of the game. They can trade in the game,
anything,
sell it to another person, lend it to a friend, or keep it forever.
Okay, so basically, this is
you heard the crowd.
Yeah, this is quite possibly the largest reaction for nothing ever. One of the funniest things about this is, as Dave has been putting out. How did you put it, Dave?
Sony basically, they came out and they said, we did nothing. Like, just think about it. We didn't change anything. The PlayStation 4 works in the same way that the PlayStation 3 worked. And the crowd went freaking crazy and started chanting Sony, 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 Sony.
And, saying we are not worthy and crowd surfing. I saw a dude on someone's shoulders at a press conference.
I saw one guy, I think he's like a huge internet celebrity. I don't know him that well.
He's a great celebrity.
He came out there. He had like a WWE title, replica belt or something.
We're not exaggerating. All this stuff actually happened.
Yeah, go watch. Honestly,
it's completely ridiculous.
We can't even.
The reaction that the crowd had to Sony saying, we didn't change anything.
And then
it's like that Family Guy episode where Lois runs for mayor.
Yeah.
Where she's like 9. The crowd's like 11. Tony's like, no. New restrictions.
No.
Now,
PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play. And it won't stop working if you haven't authenticated within 24 hours.
Whoa, no DRM!
No, it works the same way as the PS3.
But if there was one announcement that made the crowd go bonk, off the
Part
wall.
Part of the phrasing, I have to say it, they went ape shit.
Yeah, ape shit was
ape
this
shit.
one. Now, as we said earlier, the Xbox One was revealed to be $499, $500. This was the announcement for the PS4.
I'm very proud to announce that PlayStation 4 will be available at $399.
Listen to that!
Holy man!
We get to spend $400.
Oh, it's no. I mean,
that's a big thing in terms of competitive marketing.
Yeah. No, I'm pointing out the obvious, but it's $100 less than the Xbox One.
Yes.
Yeah. You know why it's $100 less?
Because you're not paying
Xbox
for a
One?
freaking camera.
Because you're not paying for the Kinect.
Yeah.
You're not paying for the Kinect.
Yeah. So basically, we get to spend $400, and there's nothing changed. that's what they went nuts for.
Let's be fair to Sony. The PlayStation 4 is pretty impressive.
Yes, it's a pretty nice system.
It's a pretty impressive console.
I'm probably gonna buy one.
It's actually probably slightly more powerful than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
And it's $100 cheaper, and that's a big deal. But I mean, just sort of I have this urge to kind of go in the opposite direction when you have this huge circle jerk of people who are they're like, it's over, the console war is over,
it never even started,
Sony already wins, Microsoft needs to change everything or they're never going to sell a console. Come on, that's ridiculous. Come on, let's treat it for what it actually is.
It's a really nice, huge difference.
But it's not over. It hasn't even started.
No,
it's ridiculous.
But I will say this though: between Microsoft, Sony, and we'll cover Nintendo tomorrow. But between these two, Sony pretty much everyone's claiming Sony won
Well,
E3.
here's the thing with like the informed market, with like people who like listen to our show, or people who like bother to watch E3 live streams or read news articles or whatever. With the sort of informed gamer, Sony definitely has won already.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: how big of a share of the actual market is the informed gamer? Like that is really going to be, you know, the story that gets told here with the sales of the Xbox One and the PS4.
Oh yeah.
This will be the generation that determines whether or not
how powerful the informed minority is.
Sorry, like.
What was that, Brian?
Minor technical glitch. The computer decided to say, "Whoa, what the hell?"
It's probably just move the laptop.
Yeah, move the laptop away. There we go.
Okay.
So
now we're getting echo.
Yeah, we're getting echo. Way to hit the microphone, Brian. Anyway.
There we go. That's fixed.
So yeah, there we go. But yeah, now like basically with that, we're pretty much done for the day.
We're pretty much done in terms of covering everything for the conference. The only thing we have left to do is list off our top 5.
Yeah, and we'll just we'll go in this order. How about Brian? You go first.
Yeah, I'll go
second,
first.
And Dave go
like
third.
we're gonna have 2 top 5s this weekend. The first top 5 is going to be the top 5 games of this E3.
And the next top 5, which we will do tomorrow, will be what we expect, what we want to see next year. But starting today, we're going to talk about what our 5 favorite reveals are, game-wise, not like the system reveal. So basically,
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, so my top 5 pretty much goes like this. This isn't, again, in no particular order. These are just my 5 favorite games. Watch Dogs. Every time I see a gameplay video or trailer for Watch Dogs, I get more and more excited for this game.
This was Watch Dogs' second E3, right?
It was its second E3. Yeah. It's coming out later this year. I am super excited for this game. I cannot wait for it. Next, that huge Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Reason why, it came from far left field. I did not expect it in the least. Next, Destiny. My God, Destiny. Just enough said. Next, Witcher 3. I loved Witcher 2. I am super excited for Witcher 3 and see how they close the series on that. And then, we didn't really talk about this today. We'll talk about more tomorrow. The Division.
Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be pretty much all games. We're not even really going to...
Yeah, tomorrow, The Division really caught me because it's another one of those, weird MMOs. Russ, you're up next. I'm pulling up your list right now. One second.
Well, I mean, I remember mine. I'm going to go... They actually go in order. My 5th game that I was there...
There we go.
5-1. It goes as follows. I really the first one that I
that's my list.
That's your list. What the hell? Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. I'm a very big Phoenix Wright fan. I was very, very not okay with the way the series had kind of fizzled out, and I'm glad to see they're kind of trying to get back to their roots. Destiny, like I said, we've already talked about this. I can't really go much further. Like we're gonna go super into detail about Destiny.
Oh yeah.
I'm liking the fact we're doing it tomorrow. Follow up on this because there was not enough time.
No,
there was not. 3, Beyond Two Souls, which we'd heard about for a while, and it really looks awesome. It looks like my kind of game. The stealth sneakiness, the sort of psychological storyline. It's very me.
I'm excited for that one.
Number 2, Phantom Pain and Ground Zero's Metal Gear Solid together. Like I said, it's like, you know, it keeps coming back to me. No matter how many times it hurts me, it's got to keep coming back.
Right.
And number 1 on my list was Mirror's Edge 2.
We didn't even cover that during the Microsoft.
Yeah, we got to talk about that tomorrow.
We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Mirror's Edge 2 came out of nowhere.
That was another left field.
That was further than left field because the people were pretty much like relegating Mirror's Edge to being a dead series. Honorable mentions.
It didn't make money. I mean, Mirror's Edge 1, they didn't make the money.
Yeah, exactly. Honorable mentions to Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah.
You know, what else? There was another honorable mention that I've just forgotten. It doesn't matter. But there was a few games that almost made it to my list, but just didn't make it for whatever reason.
All right, Dave,
Now,
what have you got?
All right, mine is also in order. My number 5 is Titanfall. Titanfall's super cool game. It looks really innovative and new, and there's no modern M16 nonsense. And it's on PC, so I don't have to buy an Xbox One to play. My number 4 is Murdered Soul Suspect. Did you guys see this?
Yes,
Murdered
I did
Soul
see
Suspect? It's like LA Noire, but you're a ghost. It's really cool. Like,
I was showing Brian the trailer. Like,
he showed me the trailer for
you
it.
can no clip through walls and possess people and fight demons and stuff.
Did they actually show gameplay footage after?
Yeah. Well, I saw it on the Twitch live stream. They did like developer interview, and there was a lot of gameplay. So that's how I found out about that game.
Okay.
My number 3 is Splinter Cell Blacklist. I love Conviction. I'm a big Splinter Cell fan. They're bringing Spies vs. Mercs back from Pandora Tomorrow and Chaos Theory, and that multiplayer mode rocked, and everyone should play it. So
the continued adventures of Bob and Steve.
Spies? No, actually that was Spies vs. Mercs.
Yeah,
that one's coming back, and it's awesome, and I want to play it. Number 2 is the Thief remake.
Oh my God,
the Thief remake. We have to talk about this tomorrow too.
We will.
After playing Dishonored, all I could think about is how badly I wanted to play another Thief game.
And now you got it.
And I'm so happy.
All right.
My number 1 is The Division. The Division, it came completely out of nowhere. Like, who saw this franchise coming? I'm pretty sure this is cannibalized off of Rainbow Six Patriots, because that seems to have fallen into development hell.
More or less.
But I'm pretty sure this game is cannibalized off of that. But come on, it's like a third-person shooter, persistent MMO. Like, this really scratches the sort of, like, survival itch like DayZ, but I didn't want to buy Arma, you know. So this game, like, it's amazing. I want to play it tomorrow.
And that would be our top 5.
That would be our top 5
and
today,
we have a few minutes here to just kind of unwind from all this talking.
Oh my God, I am actually shocked we were able to cover so much today.
Yeah, I still feel like we covered nothing. Like I feel like we covered a lot, but we haven't even scratched the surface.
I could probably spend an hour just talking about The Division because I'm so excited.
Oh my God! We'll save that for tomorrow.
For
tomorrow after we get off the air.
And tomorrow we'll be talking about all of our top 5 games.
Top 5 games for next year. We'll cover the Nintendo Direct. We'll cover the EA conference a little bit better.
Ubisoft.
The Ubisoft conference a little bit better, and various like miscellaneous games and stories, and just go deeper and further into discussion on some of these games. And like I said, guys, call into the station. If you have questions or comments, we'll answer your questions tomorrow. Also, you can follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is www.facebook.com/GameNationRadio. Our Twitter is twitter.com/GameNationRadio. Again, I want to stress this further. We're working on a website. We'll let you know when it comes up. But for part 2,
further, we didn't even mention it the first time.
We're working on a website, and it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. I'm going to love it.
You're going to love it.
I'm going to love it.
The listeners, they'll be ambivalent, but Brian will love it.
But if you want to catch part 2 of our E3 coverage, tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's another 2-hour episode. Be sure to catch in live on that. Join the chat room. Call into the station. Comment on our Facebook.
Emails.
Email us directly at gamenationradio@gmail.com with any of your questions that you want answered on the air. If you can't reach us in any of the other ways, or you just
we're going to close out the emails. Anything after 7:00, we're not going to 7:00 p.m. tomorrow though. If it's after 7 p.m. tomorrow, we're not going to be able to get to it because we need some time to
We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
To sift through the emails, correlate the questions, all this massive stuff. But you know what? But right now, we're going to end it right here. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll catch you tomorrow. All right?
Don't let the hardness catch you.
What?